Have you guys ever experienced randomly feeling ill at 3 a.m.? Well, now you don't have to aimlessly search the internet because we have Consulta MD. Consulta MD is a telemedicine app that allows you to have 24/7 unlimited access to licensed doctors, no appointment needed. You can consult a doctor via voice or video call anytime and as often as you want. These days, our physical and mental health should be our top priority. So thank you so much to Consulta MD for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure that you follow me at Small Talk Podcast on Instagram to find out how you can win free Consulta MD vouchers. Download the Consulta MD app now on Google Play or the App Store. Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec Cuenca and I'm your host. And before anything else, I would like to greet each and every one of you. Welcome back to the show. If this is your first time, then I hope that you enjoy and learn from this episode. And if you do, go ahead and check out the other amazing episodes because they have a lot of insights that can potentially change your life. And if this is your end time listening to the podcast, then welcome back. Kamusta? Namiss kita. Thank you so much for listening here. I hope you had a great week and I hope that you like this episode. If you do, go ahead and share it on Instagram. Do not forget to tag me at Small Talk Podcast. And before I actually dive into our topic for today, I just want to make a huge announcement. If you are a person who is committed in making a better version of themselves, then I hope that you go check out the Better Me Project, which will start on June. This will consist of free week. The Better Me Project is an exclusive project that I will be working on. It's an exclusive group coaching sessions that I will do live weekly trainings. We have monthly challenges. We have an exclusive book club. It consists of a private community that holds you accountable, that provides coaching and support, and it will have different new topics every single month. And for the month of June, we will talk about beliefs. So if you want to destroy your limiting beliefs and want to have liberating beliefs, make sure that you enroll for the month of June. If you are interested in this, just send me a message on Instagram at Small Talk Podcast. Okay. So for today's episode, we are going to talk about 5 ways to not let social media run your life. I know this is a very relevant topic because most of the time we're just using social media like 24/7 nonstop. We use social media. We're browsing the internet. We're browsing Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of these social media accounts. But this could actually harm us in the long run. Most of the time, the people that I talk to, they feel burnt out. Well, it's because they just don't know when to say no to social media and they let social media run their lives and they just, scroll nonstop and hindi na nila alam kung kailan sila titigil. And this could also be very, very dangerous because most of the time that we spend on social media, we compare ourselves to other people, right? Research has shown that people experience a lot of negative emotions, envy, inget, worry, we feel anxious about the future, and even it leads to depression. When we see pictures of people that where they travel, kahit may quarantine, when they're having a good time, the new houses they bought, and how well they're doing in life, we tend to compare ourselves with them, right? But it's important that we understand that the posts that we see on social media, it's often misleading because they present only partial views of other people's lives, okay? And sometimes most of the time, we compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reels. Pag nakita natin na ang ayos-ayos ng buhay nila, we tend to look at ourselves and sabihin natin, bakit ako ganito lang ginagawa ko? Bakit ako wala ako naabot sa buhay? Right? And this is very dangerous because it puts us in a loop that we feel bad about ourselves. And we know we shouldn't feel bad about ourselves, but we feel worse about ourselves because we feel bad about ourselves. And it just becomes a non-stop vicious loop that we just beat ourselves up because we compare ourselves on the things we see on social media. Now, if you're looking for a way to not let social media run your life, then stay a little bit longer. And I hope that I could share a few points that could potentially save you from your burnouts and from you comparing yourself to other people. Okay, so the first way to not let social media run your life is you turn off your notifications. This is life-changing. I tried this, and now that I learned that most of the things that I see online, most of the things that notifies me from my cell phone and from my laptop, It's not important. But this social media era has built us this sense of urgency that we need to be first at everything. We need to be first about what happened to Taylor Swift. We need to know first about what's the score between the latest Laker and Clipper game, diba? We tend to have that urgency to be the first one to know about everything. But that is very dangerous because the truth is, most of the things that we see on social media does not really relate to us personally. So, ang mas nangyayari, nape-pressure lang tayo to be the first. But that shouldn't be our goal. Our goal in life is to be or to find out the truth. Not to be the first, but to be true in everything that we do. And I realized that the way to be true is to really appreciate and look at the things that we have right now. And that's our life. The moment that we have in our lives right now. The family that we have right now beside us. The people that we talk to. Those are the things that truly, truly matter. I know your work might be online. But it's the fear of missing out on what you will lose if you don't scroll on social media that actually endangers and just depletes your productivity. So turn off your notifications. I tried this before and it changed my life. Especially when I blew up on TikTok, like the notifications hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin tumitigil. Like kulang yung 300 notifications pagising ko pa lang sa umaga. And I may not be able to control how many people are going to comment or text me or send me a message or, notification from Food Panda. If I don't know how to control that, my attention will always be there. And our attention, it's very, very limited. So just turn off your notifications. Just try it for 1 week. Turn off your notifications. And may magigulat ka na hindi pala natin kailangan ayusin lahat ng kailangan natin ayusin. Sa tingin natin kailangan natin ayusin agad. Most of the things that are really important, we can actually put it aside and deal with it later. And some things na akala natin urgent pala, if we just give it time, na hindi agad natin gustong ayusin agad, it will solve themselves. Yung mga problems na yon, yung mga issues na yon, automatic mawawala na agad. Hindi pala importante. So for you to not feel that you are missing out on things, and the thing about fear of missing out or the FOMO, diba? We are so scared that we would miss out on the good things. But the truth is, the more you put attention to the things that don't really matter, you are missing out on the potential great life or the better life that awaits you in the future. If you keep on putting the attention sa mga nag-notify sa'yo ngayon, yung mga bagay na mahalaga, na makakatulong talaga para sa'yo, you're gonna miss out on that. So instead of you have that fear of missing out sa mga maliliit na bagay, have the fear of missing out that you could be better in the future if you just prioritize your attention, if you just focus your attention to the things that really, really matter, and that's you taking care of yourself. And that's you taking care of yourself. Okay? So turn off your notifications. That's the first one. The second one is schedule your social media time. A lot of us, especially now with the work that we do, lahat work from home, diba? Most of the time, nandun lang tayo sa bahay natin and 24/7 tayo nag-social media. And this is really dangerous because it leads us to feeling burnt out na lahat na lang ng ginagawa natin is based on social media. Which is why it's very important that you schedule your social media time. What I do is I schedule 2 hours maximum na social media in the morning. Okay? But I only do that after ng mga morning routines ko. But I still put a timer on how many hours I spend on social media. Kasi before, talagang ang sakit na ng mata ko kakatingin lang sa social media. Sa TikTok, sa Instagram, sa Twitter, nakakaubos, nakaka-drain. The way to battle that, it's schedule. And when you schedule things, okay, one of my friend, J. Paul, actually introduced me this concept that you schedule everything that you're going to do for the day. Okay? And turns out that if you schedule social media time, you'll realize na you are spending so much time on social media na hindi naman pala effective or hindi ka naman pala productive noon. And when you schedule time for social media, that allows you to schedule time for other things that are important as well, such as your rest. Okay? Schedule nothing. Schedule your nothing time. When you schedule your social media time, this will allow you to schedule your nothing time, and your nothing time will be your rest. And rest is very important. I've talked about rest a lot of times, and if you are not prioritizing your rest, then you are leading yourself to a life that will burn out. So schedule your social media time, okay? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, besides work, okay? Of course, masaya pa rin naman mag-social media. Marami pa rin naman tayong matututunan sa TikTok, di ba? Pero we need to understand that it needs to be a healthy relationship between us and social media. So schedule your social media time. And when you schedule your social media time, this allows you to set your boundaries. Ano ba yung mga mahalaga sa'yo talaga? And just like in relationships, boundaries are very important. Because if you don't know your boundaries, if you don't enforce your boundaries very strictly, you'll just go with the flow. You just go with life. You will not create a life that you want. You will not create a life na ikaw ang nagdidikta. Hinahayaan mong diktahan ka ng mga ibang factors ng buhay, which is social media. So set your boundaries, schedule your social media time. Okay? Okay. So the third tip, the third way to not let social media run your life is don't use it when you wake up and before you sleep. This is another life-changing practice that I applied. How we go on with our mornings usually dictate or determine how the rest of our day is going to be. Pansinin nyo, okay? When you wake up feeling inspired and motivated, most of the time that you will be productive at the end of the day, diba? Kahit anong mangyari or problema makaharap mo, if you wake up inspired, then you will still push on and push through with the challenges or the struggles that will come along the day, diba? But if you allow the problems and the negativity that social media offers to you in the first thing that you see in the morning, that will affect your day moving forward. I'm a huge fan of the power of morning routines. Kasi gusto ko, ako ang magsiset ng mood ko for the day. Kahit pangit ang gising ko, kahit na naginip ako ng masama, I have the power to dictate or determine how my morning is going to be. And if I start my morning wrongly, badly, and poorly, then most of the time, the day is gonna be bad. So just try this practice. Instead of you reaching out sa cellphone mo first thing in the morning. And I know ginagawa mo yun kasi before I was really guilty doing that as well. And study has shown that 80% of us people look at our phones, reach out for our phones first thing in the morning. And that's really sad because hindi ka pa nakakapag-toothbrush, hindi mo pa nabibigyan ng pagmamahal yung sarili mo, binigyan mo na agad ng pagmamahal yung social media. I'm always preaching about self-love here and self-care. And if you are a person who is dedicated to loving yourself more, then do that first thing in the morning. Don't give love or your energy and your attention to social media. Sa sarili mo muna. I know, it's hard. It's really hard at first, especially kung nakasanayan mo na. Habit mo na talaga. Pag gising mo, abutin mo yung cellphone mo. Ako ang ginagawa ko, I still look at my phone. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite here, but I just check my messenger, my text to make sure that walang emergency. Walang kamag-anak na aksidente or may COVID or namatay. And every member of my family is alive and well. That's all I'm checking. But pag nakita ko agad, kahit marami pa akong messages, pag nakita ko ng messenger ko, walang emergency, baba. And then I go on with my morning routine. Okay? It's going to be hard in the very beginning, but trust me, this will allow you to give yourself peace in the morning, and it's very important to have peace, guys. Trust me. So that's the third way. Don't use it before you sleep, and don't use it after you wake up the first thing in the morning, and also don't use it before you sleep. Allow yourself to have a me time, 30 minutes, 1 hour before you go to sleep. Yung iba, pampaantok nila yung social media, but that can be a good tool, but hindi mo kasi makakontrol kung ano yung mga pwede mo makita or mapasok sa utak mo late at night. Magugulat ka na lang, sabi mo, say, pampaantok ako. So magugulat ka, mas-stimulate na naman yung utak mo. It will lead you to becoming more anxious and thinking about the future. And then, magulat ka 3 oras ka na nagbababad sa internet. Diba? So, allow yourself to put down your phone, 30 minutes to 1 hour, just be with yourself. Think. Allow your thoughts to go through you. Huwag mo nang hayaang ibang bagay pang pumasok sa utak mo. Ikaw na yan. So that's the third thing. And also, a lot of people are asking me, I'm not a morning person. The truth is, you are not a morning person because you're not taking care of your evening routines. Your evening routines, hindi masyadong pinag-uusapan to, pero this is actually the key to having a good morning. If you take care of your good night, then you will have a good morning. If you prepare yourself for the next day, if you debrief yourself after the day, then mas maayos ang morning mo kinabukasan. So the trick to having a good morning is actually having a good evening routine. Okay? So do not pick up the phone or go on social media the first thing in the morning, and do not use social media before you go to sleep. Okay? Self-love, guys. Self-love. These days, our health should be our top priority. Consulta MD is a telemedicine app that allows you to have 24/7 unlimited access to licensed doctors, no appointment needed. As long as you have a local Philippine number, you can consult a doctor via voice or video call anytime and as often as you want. For as low as 60 pesos a month, you can enjoy unlimited voice consultation, 1 video consultation, access to e-prescription, e-laboratory requests, e-medical certificates, general health information, proper medication, and even support for mental health for the whole month. They also have other monthly plans from 99 to 150 pesos and some yearly plans from 499 to 999. Pwede mo rin itong i-share with your partner, friends, or your family. So download the Consulta MD app now on Google Play or the App Store. Make sure that you follow me at Small Talk Podcast on Instagram to find out how you can win free Consulta MD vouchers. So the fourth way to not let social media run your life is to filter out the negativity. There's so much power in blocking, unfollowing, muting people that destroys your peace. Let's face it, guys. Social media is just a tool. It's not inherently good or bad. And the reality is, social media is going to be here forever. Hindi na natin matatanggal to. But if we don't know how to discipline ourselves, how to take care of our mental health and peace while there is social media, kasi hindi na mawawala talaga to eh. Nandito na to habang buhay. And the important thing, or the task that we have right now, is to make sure that we run social media and we don't let social media run us. And one way to not let social media run you is to filter out the negativity. Okay, sabihin na natin, hindi na talaga natin matatanggal to eh. Parte na siya ng buhay natin. So you make sure that the things you see on social media are the positive things, are things that inspires you and motivates you to become better, that helps with your peace and with your mental health. I'm a firm believer of the law of attraction. What you focuses on expands. So if you see things, if you allow the inputs from other people, from social media to be negative, and that's going to be the energy that you're going to get. And you're going to expand on that. The negative stuff out there, the negative news, the negative people, the negative ideas, the negative opinions of other people, that's going to expand because you focus on that. Your energy is very limited. And when you give it to the negative things, you won't have time to ponder or to appreciate the positive things in life. To filter out the negativity, that block button that you have on your phones, that uninstall button, that timer button, the unfollow button, the mute button, they're very powerful. Instead of following influencers na puro pa-cute lang, sorry to say it, na nagpapaganda lang ng image online, follow people who inspires you, who motivates you to become better. Like, I really believe with the proximity effect. Like, who you surround yourself with, that's who you're going to be. And if you're going to surround yourself, even online, with people that just pushes for this ego-boosting activities. Pa-cute lang, pag-glamour lang, na talagang hindi naman talaga yun ang purpose, yun ang mission, yun ang gusto mo talaga sa buhay, then magiging ganun ka kahit ayaw mo. So filter out the negative people or the people that you don't want to be associated with, and follow people that inspires you, that you want to mimic, that you look up to, that you admire. And watch your life change for the better. That's the fourth one. And before we head on to the last point, I just want to give a huge shout out, and I just want to say hi and big thanks to the guys from Kumu. Kumu is a Pinoy live streaming app where you can connect with Filipino streamers and celebrities. Use our link in the description and download Kumu right now. The fifth one and the final thing that I would like to share with you is to be present. Guys, we think we ponder too much about the negative, the past. We ponder too much about the past. We ruminate about things in the past. We look at pictures, memories, and we stay there. We look at social media. We look at our goals, our plans, and it puts us in the future state. But the more we stay in the past or in the present, the more we take away the chance to appreciate what we have right now. This beautiful life, this life that is full of energy, love, and kindness, and peace. Hindi natin nabibigyan pansin yon because we're staying in the past, we're staying in the present. I was staying in the past, we stay in the future. You gotta stay in the present. I recently went on a quick trip to the beach with a few of my friends. And then most of them are just on their phones taking pictures. I'm not against taking pictures. It allows you to savor the moment, to appreciate na minsan lang talaga yun, and you gotta capture the moment, right? Pero yung babad ka sa internet, kesa yung just you appreciate, wala ka man lang time to appreciate the beach, the sand, the water, the air, the people there. That's when it really, really gets frustrating because you're not getting the point. The point is to capture the moment and allows you to just relive that memory, that feeling. But it's the appreciation of that feeling in that moment. That's what truly matters. If you are hanging out with your friends, if you are doing an activity outside social media, make sure that you be present. Make sure that you're not just distracting yourself with where you are, with who you're with, and you're still on your social media and you still let social media run you. Be present. Focus on what's in front of you. Appreciate kung ano yung beauty na meron siya. Down the road, you'll be thankful na the beauty that God allowed you to see, appreciate mo. And you will be more grateful in life because of that. You will stop comparing. You won't feel burnt out. Because you'll feel peace. So stay present, guys. Yes, so that's it for this episode. I hope that you learned something. Again, if you want to be a part of the Better Me project, where we will be talking about a lot of amazing stuff, it's an exclusive community online. Make sure that you message me at Small Talk Podcast. Okay, this full disclaimer, there's going to be a small commitment fee, but I just want to make sure that you are really into becoming a better version of yourself. Hindi lang basta-basta na gusto mo sumali, blah, blah, blah. I'm not looking for people who want to be better. I'm looking for people who are committed to being better versions of themselves. So message me on Small Talk Podcast if you want to learn more about that. But that's it for this episode. Sana meron ka natutunan. If you like this episode, go ahead and share it at Small Talk Podcast on Instagram. Do not forget to tag me. Sabi ko na, at Small Talk Podcast. And yeah, I will talk to you there. I love reading your insights. I love reading your messages. And hopefully you can find like-minded people as well, diba? And so, yes, thank you so much for listening. My name is Alec Cuenca, and this is Small Talk. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next episode. Bye-bye.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.